This is my self-disclosure presentation. So the 12 terms that I learned and correlate with are mass communication, dyad, instrumental talk, femininity, Johari window, gossip, perception, stereotypes, onomatopoeia, ambiguous language, turn-taking, signal, and illustrator. So my theme that I chose is rainbow, so each slide is going to be a different color or shade of color. So my first word is femininity, which is traditional ideas that are expected by others based on gender roles, such as nurturing, sensitive, empathetic, etc. So the photos that I chose are a photo of me holding my little brother. This day specifically, it's like clear as day in my head. Our mom was sick and he was very little, so I helped out like the whole day taking care of him. I only asked her a couple of questions, and then the next day she was very grateful that I was able to help take care of him. And then the second photo is of my niece. And I'm frequently around little kids or helping or taking care of them. I used to tutor, and I also serve in the nursery at my church. So in this photo are some of the little kids that me and my sister take care of while service is going on. So the word that I have is onomatopoeia, which is words used to describe sounds such as wolf, buzz, neigh, etc. So serving in my church's nursery with me and my sister leads me to my next one, which is Johari window. And it's part of yourself that people know you based on your behaviors, knowledge, and attitude. So me and my sister are part of the National Honor Society, which is volunteering outside of school. But this also shows that I'm a student, I'm a volunteer, a daughter, a sister, and then with my sister and I being a part of that at the same school, brings me to dyad, which is a relationship between two people. It could be siblings, best friend, or a parent-to-child relationship. This photo is of us when we were both younger, and then the one on the right is also of us at our job that we work together at. So instrumental talk is communication that is focused on a goal or achieving a task / resolving a problem. So we both work at Bob Evans and frequently run into this problem. Well, it's not necessarily a problem, but it could happen where we're taking a customer's order and we're not communicating properly with each other to understand what the customer needs on my end, or them not understanding what I'm asking. So sometimes we run into the problems of having miscommunications. And then that leads to ambiguous language, which is words or phrases that can lead to having multiple meanings or interpretations. The one I typically run into is asking somebody if they would mind doing something for me. So it would be like, would you mind blank? And if they were to say yes, I'd be like, oh, so you do mind? But at the same time, I'm thinking, no, they don't mind. Yes, they'll do it for you. And then also when I'm answering that one, I always run into that problem and sometimes confuse myself and feel like I'm confusing the other person as well. So gossip can also lead to like that confusion and miscommunications with others. So gossip is a conversation between people about others unsolicitedly. And I feel like being a high school student, I run into this problem a lot, as well as inside of work. Other coworkers talking about others or complaining about managers, customers, just other people that we work with. And so I can see this very frequently. And then stereotypes. It's also a big part of high school, I feel like, that we run into a lot. So it's general assumptions of people or groups based on characteristics. So in this photo is of our homecoming court that we had this year. And all of us are different cliques, you could say. So we've got jocks, nerds, and a mix of everybody. And then for perception is individual interpretation based on one's beliefs and the world around us. So in this photo, it was actually homecoming, and it was raining quite a bit. A lot of people thought that their homecoming was ruined because of it, but in my eyes, I thought it was still fun. It got us some cool photos, and then in the end, I didn't think our homecoming was ruined. And so turn-taking signals nonverbal cues that indicate who is next to speak. So in this case, it's me and my friend at work, and we were actually trying a drink and reviewing it with our other coworkers. And so in this photo, I'm clearly not talking, I'm listening. And then as she's finishing speaking, I was waiting for her to finish, so then that way I could like go into the conversation with what she had left off with. And an illustrator is nonverbal gestures or body movements to enhance one's message. And this is actually a photo of one of my discussion posts where I saw myself talking a lot with my hands, and I feel like I've done in this video. So I took a couple of spots from it, and in one of the photos I'm talking like this, and then when I'm putting quotes around what I'm saying, which leads into mass communication, which is creating and receiving information to reach a large audience. And this is actually my YouTube channel for all of my discussion posts and my school videos that I have. And so with this, it's not only is it being published for the people that view it from my class, but it's also open to the whole world. Whoever wants to view it can. Although I only have 9 and 7 views, it's still open to anybody. And in conclusion, how these terms related to my life. It's these terms I use are related to my life with having younger siblings, being a worker and a volunteer, and being a student in school. I encounter most of these terms on a daily basis and felt drawn to them due to this reason.